Hey there, this is Lindsay, and today I want to be telling you all about my weight loss journey and how I actually personally lost 40 pounds because I feel like some of you guys can relate, and if I can help any of you guys whatsoever, that is really my ultimate goal with this video. So I guess my struggle with my weight probably started in grade school when I was younger. I was never really like one of the biggest girls, but I was definitely one of the bigger girls for sure. Probably grade 5, grade 6, I was up over 100 pounds. I can never ever really remember even being under 100 pounds. My dad would always consider me big boned and always said I had knobby knees. And I think that just really got into my mind more than anything. For me, my body structure is more of like, I would consider it athletic or big boned, I guess. I'm not curvy like any of the other girls. In my teenage years, I was never ever one of those thin stick blonde girls that could basically wear anything. I was always the girl to basically hide behind everything. I would wear baggy jeans and a baggy sweater. And I absolutely hated clothes shopping because I was size 14, size 16. I just hated putting on clothes and even just figuring out what size I was. It always just seemed a little bit depressing, and I don't know, I was just so self-conscious about everything. I really just wanted to really hide behind the clothes and just behind what I was wearing. I even remember in my teenage years hating tank tops because I just feel like I have bigger shoulders, broader shoulders, and I never wanted my shoulders to be showing. I'd always wear t-shirts. I hated wearing shorts, so I'd always wear pants or stretchy pants. So, I mean, I've always been super self-conscious about what I look and just how I feel. So into my early 20s, I ended up moving out west with a couple girlfriends and thought that if I was going to change my life, if I was going to help lose weight, I needed to be more active. So I ended up moving to a ski town and becoming a bit of a snowboarding bunny, I guess you can consider it, and learning how to snowboard. But I was around 180 pounds at this time. It was probably around my biggest weight. I remember looking at myself in the mirror and just thinking I had the worst muffin top ever. Thinking if I could literally just get a tummy tuck or just somebody to cut it out, I would just feel so much better about myself. I think when I was living out west, I definitely hit rock bottom for sure with my weight. I felt like I was struggling because I was doing everything possible in order to lose the weight, in order to feel good, because I wanted to actually feel good for once in my life. I had a gym membership, but I really had no idea what I was doing at the gym. I figured if I had a gym membership, I would go and I would potentially lose weight. I remember going there and literally going on the cardio machines, whether it was the elliptical or the treadmill, and just going for half hour, 45 minutes straight, as hard as possible, thinking that that's what it took to actually lose the weight. I remember being on the treadmill and literally running as hard as possible, even though I actually do hate running. And my face would be beet red. It looked like I was literally gonna pass out. So yeah, so I had a gym membership. I was trying to eat healthy. I would literally eat salads. I was trying to detox all the time. I was that's it. Monday, I'm going to be detoxing. I was trying all these different detoxes. I literally would pick up weight loss, fat burner pills. I swear I tried everything. I tried the maple syrup concoction that you take in the morning. I tried the apple cider vinegar. I tried everything, and literally nothing would work. And I remember coming home for a vacation for a couple weeks and visiting my family because I hadn't seen them in a while. And we were at my cottage. I still remember, it's just as clear as day in my head. And I was sitting right beside my dad. It was a rusty old chair that I was sitting in, and we were just kind of chatting back and forth. And of course, my dad, he's literally a 2-year-old who pretty much say whatever's on his mind. And so he looks over at me and he's well, you've gained a few pounds, haven't you? And I just remember of course, my first reaction is say yeah, I guess so. But honestly, inside I was pretty much crying because I was trying so hard, and I was so self-conscious and just literally crying inside because I just desperately just wanted to lose the weight just so I could just feel good again. So fast forward a little bit more, I actually ended up moving to Alberta. I started dating a guy at the time, and I started with a CrossFit gym there. And so I started with the CrossFit gym there. I actually learned a lot about the gym and the exercises and what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. So I actually started to lose a little bit of weight once I joined the gym, and I was starting to feel really good. And the next thing you know, I ended up pregnant. So I was pregnant, but I was like, okay, I'm still gonna work out because I've like lost 20 pounds. I'm starting to feel really good. Everybody's starting to notice. My girlfriend's like, you're looking really good. I'm like, I know, but I'm pregnant now. And yeah, so I ended up working out at the gym for the first 3 months that I was pregnant. I remember working out so hard within like the first 3 months. I think it was like I was 3 months in and literally almost passing out. I was still working out so hard. So that was the day I basically quit. And for the rest of my pregnancy, I mean, I would just go for walks and things along those lines. So after I had my daughter, I actually had her by C-section, and her dad, which is like my ex now, I remember him telling me that during the C-section, of course, they have to cut open your stomach. And I remember him saying to me like, oh my gosh, you should have seen your stomach. There was like this much layer of fat on it, which I mean, granted I was pregnant, but at the same time, it like does not make you feel good when you have like a massive layer of like fat that somebody can see like over top of your stomach. So once I was actually healed from my C-section, of course, I started up at the gym again, started feeling really good, started to change my eating habits, but still just felt really confused as to really what I should be eating, how I should be eating. It felt like Google, the internet, the magazines, everybody had something a little bit different. And it seemed like a lot of it was almost like Band-Aids, if that makes sense. So it was kind of like surface things that I could try for here and there, but nothing really kind of worked out in the long haul. So I was probably when my daughter was 9 months old, I ended up moving back to Ontario. And at that time, I was probably like in the still like 160, 150 range, and ended up moving back to Ontario. I started up at the gym here because I was always like, I need to work out or else like I'm definitely gonna gain all the way back. It was just like something that was kind of like embedded into my brain. So came back here, joined at the gym, and of course I would go to the gym every day, but I never really seen results is the thing. So I wouldn't say that I ate the best all the time. Again, I was like in this really confused, like didn't really know what to eat mode. And I would eat and then I would go to the gym and just work as hard as possible, thinking like, okay, well maybe I had a slice of pizza yesterday. I'll just go to the gym and just work off like extra. Or like had a couple of 2 extra drinks, and so I would go to the gym thinking I'm just gonna like get on the elliptical and go for an extra 20 minutes just to like burn it off. And really, when you kind of look at it, it doesn't really work that way in the long haul, but that's all in hindsight now. So that's really kind of like where everything started, and I was getting really frustrated with like not really seeing the results. I really just wanted to again get rid of this muffin top, get rid of like this stomach, because it was just like every single time you get out of the shower and you look at yourself in the mirror, it's always there. It's just like, ugh. And for me, I mean, I'm not like a super curvy girl, so when it's there, it's like over your pants, and it just like you have to pull your shirt down so nobody sees it. It's just really embarrassing. So there was actually a point that I started talking to one of my friends at the gym, and she started with a trainer. It was like a local trainer. So I convinced my sister to basically sign up with me with this local trainer. And I would say that was probably the pivotal point, just because then I had the accountability. I had to be accountable to somebody for everything that I was doing. So my sister and I started up with the trainer. She actually lost 40 pounds herself. So we started up with him, and we ended up getting like a meal plan, and really explained as to what needed to happen. There was workouts that were dedicated to like certain body parts for certain days and certain things. And really the workouts weren't even as hard as what I was like trying to push myself at the gym, which didn't really make sense at the time. But now, like, again, in hindsight, it totally makes sense. So I would definitely say that again, the pivotal point was was getting an accountability partner. So I was not only accountable to like my trainer, I was then accountable to my sister, because she's like, well, did you do the workout? Did you do this? Da, 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 da. So we'd always talk to each other on the phone. So that was really like the aha moment where I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. Like, it's the accountability that really kind of like takes you over the edge. So then I enrolled to be a health coach, and between like all the education, everything, I found actually narrowed down into really what it actually takes now to lose weight. So it's not all these band-aid things that like everybody kind of throws at you. There's really stuff that kind of goes on the inside that you really need to work on. And that's really what creates this like ultimate long-term weight loss. So between that, and then you combine it with exercise that's not stress you out, because too much stress again causes like a hormone called cortisol, which actually helps, like causes you to gain weight in the stomach. So a combination of both like exercise that's like helping me out to help me lose weight, and then the eating habits to actually help me lose weight. It was the combination of both that actually helped me lose the 40 plus pounds. So I literally went from like having zero confidence, having no idea, just like so fully confused as to even what I was doing, to being so confident that last year I actually did 3 fitness competitions where I went on stage in the smallest bikini that you've ever seen ever, which is totally not me because I am like a country girl for sure. And I got up on stage and I did it 3 times. And again, in the smallest bikini. This is coming from a girl who doesn't even like to show her shoulders or wear shorts. And I competed, and I came out, I believe with, most of the time I got 2nd place. And for me being a beginner, that is huge. So that's kind of like the gist of my story. If any of you guys can relate, let me know. I am here to basically kind of help you out more than anything. I do have a free 5-day meal plan if you guys want it. It's amazing. It's full of so many delicious recipes. Honestly, dinner on like day 1 is my absolute favorite. So you definitely have to try the out. But if you guys have any questions, please post them down below and I will get back to you. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you guys have an amazing day and we will chat soon. Love you. Bye.